I remember Elliott Wilson kind of coming to the room to do that kind of pre-fight check-in. By no kind of way do I have beef with Funkmaster Flex. It was a reaction, it was a reply. What else am I supposed to do? What I'm trying to get them to understand is when I'm on stage, I don't even see no color. I don't see no color when I'm on there. It's just like we all rocking to this music.
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. I'm back in New York City, man, finally. And for the SOBs, man, this place has significance because this is where I first connected with this artist and his musical campaign. I'm talking about the stylish MC from the ATL, Chainz. After many years of hard work, Chainz is now giving back to his hardcore devoted fans with a free EP called Freebase. I'm gonna talk to Chainz about the project, his musical journey, and how he plans to be impactful in 2014. Walk me, man, it's the truth. It's the truth, man. I'm at SOBs like I told you in the basement. I got the homie Chainz. What's up, baby? How you doing, baby?
What's going on, killer?
Yo, this place has significance for me and you, man. This is where we really first connected and I got to understand the campaign, you know?
Yeah.
It took me a minute. You put that work in. I was a little late to the dance, but talk about the significance. Like, I don't know if you remember that show. Like, I just felt like New York was excited. There was this big buzz about you, like that Chainz is in the city. What were your thoughts going into it?
I remember Elliott Wilson kind of coming to the room to do that kind of pre-fight check-in with you know what I mean, just to see where I was at mentally, you know what I mean? And, you know, with me coming into the game before me getting my deal February 2012, I already had more than 300 shows under my belt.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons I was able to construct the deal I was able to construct with Def Jam.
Yeah.
Which is probably like a football contract or some shit. But at the end of the day, it was my first show here in New York, you know what I'm saying? And then for me, recognizing the significance of hip hop, the significance of, you know, New York being the media capital, and me always wanting to get the attention and the respect from New Yorkers, period, from each borough, from the radio station. So at this particular time, me having a show in New York was just like, you know, it was, you know, when I said
the headliner.
Yeah, when I said it was just another show, it was just another show in the fact that I had already done 300 or 400, so I didn't have butterflies. I wasn't nervous, and I never am when I'm on stage. That's when I'm actually most comfortable. But it was significant in the fact that, you know, it was sold out. I remember looking at the crowd and just seeing, you know, predominantly guys, you know what I'm saying? And that wasn't to knock the campaign. I just feel like New Yorkers, especially the men culture of New York, have a strong opinion on Southern hip hop.
Of course.
You know, they fuck with you.
But they don't fuck with you.
They fuck with you.
Yeah.
If they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you. It's I mean, it's really not a gray area. niggas, when they in the barbershop, that's my man or he's whack. I just noticed, you know what I'm saying? I just noticed that there was some guys that was like, you know, either hip to my campaign or was curious enough. And that was my only thing back then, was just to create that curiosity, to build relationships with people, to do as many features as possible so, you know, I can become, you know, cause this day right here, people judge you before they even know you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're in a day and age where people just don't like you. They don't even know why. I don't know. I just don't like them. You know, they don't have a reason.
Cool not to like this person.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, so, you know what I mean? Me understanding the psyche of some people, and especially in hip hop and all the social masks that people try to wear with them not being themselves, it was important for me to come in the game, be very transparent, be very confident, 6'5" in stature, not, you know, afraid to wear what the fuck I want to wear, say what the fuck I want to say, move how I want to move. If a nigga want to try me, he gonna have to use tools. We seen that. You need pistols or ain't nothing happening, a lot of talk or whatever. So for me, it's just about demanding respect, being very transparent, and letting it be an organic foundation as far as a fan base, to where now, you know, you look at my shows, and I put pictures up of my shows, of course, you know, I'm saying just to show the consistency of me just being an entertainer. And it's like, I'm reading some of the comments, it's like, look at all them white people. But, you know, what I'm trying to get them to understand is when I'm on stage, I don't even see no color. I don't see no color when I'm on there. It's just like we all rocking to this music, this umbrella, you feel me? I don't even see no color, but I have noticed a change, and not a change in my fan base, just gaining more fans, you know what I'm saying? To where it may be 50-50 black and white, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Whatever
you have
it
like
is,
a
you
very
know?
devoted fan base. Like people that mess with you, like you've made this connection in ways that artists don't. It's almost like, I mean, you have the hit records to back it up, but you made a connection to fans that to me isn't defined by records. You know, like that, if you the hot single in the moment, your fans ride with you and they want to see you. Like, and it is across races. So why do you think you've been able to achieve that and like have that such a strong connection?
I just think it's just my transparency, fam. You know, I'm not perfect at all, you know what I'm saying? But I'm comfortable in my own skin, Elliott, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I don't think people know, that your Instagram and what you tweet and a lot of these things kind of depict your personality. That's why I don't follow nobody. I don't follow nobody on Instagram because I'm afraid I'm be like, man, I ain't know he was like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's just like this. If you ever went on tour with somebody for like 3 months that you've known for 10, 20 years, you get on a tour bus with them for 3 months.
You'll really get to know them.
You'll be like, man, you know what I'm saying? You'll find things that you really like about them, and you'll find things that you don't even fuck with about the people, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I like the mystiqueness of certain people and everything, and a lot of times now, everything is so ASAP. I call it a microwavable society where everything gotta happen so fast, where people don't have that excitement. You know me, for a minute, everything I do, I try to give you a little, you know me, kind of try to have it a little exciting, like at least have it like, when I came up watching, you know, hip hop, it was exciting. Like niggas was putting albums out at 12 at night, and this niggas around like 10
Well, speaking about making that moment, to go back to the show though, like I always tell artists want to say like, you know how it is, like how do I get on? How do I have that moment? I tell everybody it's always really that one record that really opens it up. Like you put a lot of mixtapes together. I had heard about Titty Boy and the ATL, but it was really Spend It where I was like, okay, I get it. Like that song is like, that's special. And like, that was part of the momentum of what people in New York was excited about. Like, what is it like to make that record after putting all that work in? And like, why do you agree with me that you feel like it really just takes that one record to open the door? And now I feel like to a certain extent, that record doesn't even completely define you because you have many more hits. But at the time, that was really what it was all about.
Well, the thing is, bro, it's like you have to do something to get people's attention because everybody's doing, well, not everybody, but a lot of the people are doing the same thing. Everywhere you go, I'm sure somebody's trying to give you a CD. Everywhere I go, somebody's trying to give me a CD. What happens is a lot of people try to, here's my CD, give me a deal so I can use your money for my dream. And that's essentially why shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? It's like God, this is my opinion anyway. It's just an opinion. My opinion, I feel like God is watching everything. You know what I'm saying? I like to use old basketball practices where you have to do push-ups, and when the coach ain't looking, people cheat on the push-ups. You know what I'm saying? But see, you can't do that with God watching. So you can't cheat, bro. Somebody watching, bro. So if you really serious about your campaign, your art, you really swear you this good at it, spend your last on it. You gotta have that type of faith on it, and that's what I was doing. I was in a meeting today talking about some big ventures about clothing and everything and just investments and everything. And I told them, me and Tech, when we came in the game doing them shows before I got my deal, I would do every 2 shows was really 1 show to me. And what I mean is I would keep my money from 1 show, the next show I'll put in an account. I wouldn't even touch it. So like every 10 shows I would only have personally 5, money for 5 of them because I had an account of my own independent funds where I can go shoot. This is before spend it. That's how I spend it with my own money. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know, all this was my own money, but this is how I created funds to fuel that without having to be so, I need a deal. I need a deal, you know what I'm saying? I just use my money. Like if you can go out and buy all these high-ass iPhones and tennis shoes and shit, then you can find a way to put some money into your shit. It's very cost effective. Man, this shit is like, you get a 7D, you can be on MTV.
We gotta talk about the new project, man. Freebase. Yep. It's for free, right?
Freebase, like Freebase has a few connotations. Freebase, you know, I'm in my 30s, coming up, you know, in the 80s and all that. That was a term that was used, you know, before crack became popular. Freebase, and so for someone like me that always uses crack as an adjective of it just being addictive or something that people yearn for, music and you know whatever it is, you know what I mean, it was. Important that I don't
think anybody used it, right, for as a title of anything, right? That sounds already like that could be a series, Freebase 2, Freebase 3.
Definitely is. Man, eavesdropping, big. Yeah, man, it's definitely installations of Freebase, man, but it just came, and then, you know, like when I started working on projects I like and I started trying to make it, create a sound, a feel. Yeah. I do my research, I just do everything, you know what I mean? So, and then by me wanting to put out, free music, and my music is bass oriented, 808 or it's like free bass. It was just so many kind of ways that I was explaining the title, and then the music being kind of conceptual to that crack vibe, whatever that vibe is, you know what I'm saying?
So is it like 2 Chainz kind of returning, like you did so many mixtapes, so it's like, is it similar to a mixtape in certain senses? Like, is you going back to your roots? Like,
well, it's definitely some Titty Boy music, but I wouldn't call it a mixtape because it's only 6 songs and no one's hosting it. So, I'm always trying to think of new, innovative, and creative ways to put out music and bundles of music. So I thought of freebase, and I also thought of society now. Like, we're just heavily ADD, like everybody, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I feel like really less is more in a lot of cases, to the point where I already kind of have a number set for how many songs I want to put on the album and everything, and I'm very comfortable with it. It's going to be more than 6, but I'm very comfortable with how many songs I'm going to put on the album. And this right here was just, I feel like something new, another innovative way to get people's attention.
And you kind of crowdsourced it too, like even with the getting fans involved with the artwork. Like, talk about that process of making it so kind of like communal and really connect to your fans.
Well, yeah, like I said, like,
he just wanted to show off this Adidas kicks, you know what I'm saying?
They fresh. They fresh.
Are they still in stores? They still available?
Nah, these gone, man. These gone. You might find them on eBay or something.
eBay or something?
You might find them on eBay. These are gone, man. These are gone, man. These are gone.
We get the next one.
Adidas, no, they need to hurry up and call Coach, man.
There you go. There we go.
Figure that out, man.
All right, but with the fans, with the artwork and stuff.
That was another idea I thought of too. Create the buzz around it. It's like, how else do you get people to start talking about something? This day and age, you got to use social media. And then, it's different ways to use social media and have marketing plans. And for me, it's important for me to try to come up with creative marketing that's not that expensive. Once again, the other tier artists, they're able to do other things in marketing. I have to just think of creative ways for me. So for me, it was like, I'm putting out a project, somebody designed me a cover. And that way I not only involve fans, but I involve people that just design covers. This kind of way I kind of create a buzz for like a week of people just working that try to be a part of it.
And the final one was with Richard Pryor photo.
Yeah, from the movie JoJo Dancer.
Let's go track by track. So you had that Don't Do It intro. That was just a weird, like crazy, you found that on YouTube or something? Like, what was that?
Man, I don't know where I be finding this shit at, man. Shit's crazy. Don't do it. Don't do it. I just don't do it, man.
So that was just insane.
Yeah.
Some country dude or something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all gotta hear that skit. It's very, it's a good way to start off the theme of this album, I would say, yeah.
And then you go to Trap Back. One line I liked that you said, the flow comes from Drizzy, who got it from Migos, they got it from Free 6. Like, why did you think that was important to, like, because I know you're such a student of the game also, like, why did you express that?
Well, song? I mean, it was definitely nothing derogatory or diss. It's kind of like a compliment. Like the Migos came in with, it's just a whole new, like Atlanta. We just on top of our shit. They came in with a whole new vibe, a whole new campaign. But it's nothing new under the sun. Everything has been done before. These haircuts, the clothes, the styles, the deliveries, and everything. And so for that, it's just like me honestly recognizing Drake, because Drake, I think he does it to where it's clear and it crosses more, a lot of boundaries. We in Atlanta, we kind of slum, we get it. Sometimes people don't get it too late. Yeah, sometimes people don't get it too late. It's definitely a style that people use. And on that particular, song, I was kind of using the delivery, so that's where it came. And then me just knowing, like me being a student of Memphis music, period, you know what I'm saying? DJ Paul from 3-6 did a beat on Freebase. Juicy J, I've been knowing him for years, you know what I'm saying? Gangsta Boot, the whole 3-6, and tons of other artists, you got these from Memphis, but just tons of Drummer Boy, tons of other artists from Memphis in the whole campaign. So that's all it was. Yeah.
The next one you had was the title track, Freebase. Line on here you had about your man, Funkmaster Flex. You said every night I freestyle on Pro Tools, tell Flex come to the aid, we'll carjack him out of one of them ragged ass old schools. Now Flex had made some comment, I guess on ESPN, about freestyling and criticizing you. So I guess it's gets to say that you didn't really take too kindly to that comment.
I mean, at the end of the day, I got a family. I respect people who respect me. I respect his opinion, first of all, because it was opinion, and by no kind of way do I have beef with Funkmaster Flex. It was a reaction, it was a reply. What else am I supposed to do? I mean, for someone to get on TV in front of millions, and we've talked since the freestyle, I've done something for him. You know, the same way he direct messaged me for songs for his app and all that, and there was no, I wasn't the wackest freestyler then, and all of that. And even if I was, it wasn't acknowledged. So, I didn't take it at the sensitive side, but at the end of the day, I can't just sit around and I don't give a fuck who it is. Say my name, period. When little niggas say my name, it's like I can't do nothing because they be little niggas, and I don't, it's like you picking on somebody. But he a big grown ass man, and he's an icon. And so what happens is if he says certain things, he can kind of taint people because you have a lot of people that are not lit. Yeah, you can taint that.
You're always dealing with the New York media and the foundation of the culture and how we view Southern artists and that kind of
So I ain't going
conflict.
for it. Yeah. So I ain't going for it.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, And
whether that hurt you with spins or whatever, you don't care about that stuff.
I don't care about none of that. It's about respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's about respect. You know what I'm saying? I don't go around. I never said I was the freestyle king.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody said that when they saw it, it looked like he wanted to say somebody else, but he may have just said you because it's not a New York artist. It was like kind of like a safe
he should
way
have
to
said the
dictate.
New York artist. He wasn't safe when he said my name. That's all I'm saying. Like I do pay style. Like I run up a check. Like you know what I'm saying. Like every time you see me posting a picture and shit of the show, you just know I ain't do it for free.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying. So and I don't write. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think I'm one of the most creative guys in the game to come up with these birthdays, difference, and all this stuff here off just pure thought. Now, just telling me right here, go tit spit. Yeah, I'm gonna come up with some shit, and if I fuck up, it's like it's okay. I'm comfortable with it. But just to go out behind me, use a huge stage like ESPN, where it's millions of people, and and like I say, if he was a nobody, then I'm giving him respect because I know he's an icon. This is an icon who I have tons of respect for. So for him to say my name, it's like I gotta get some kind of straightening.
This next joint, I think it's one of your favorites, Flexing on My Baby Mama.
I'm gonna fix this. I love my baby mama.
You gonna fix it? You gonna fix it?
No, because I do. I'm an entertainer. Like I said, I'm an entertainer too. This was what happened. One day, we did a poll on the bus, and we said, and I'm gonna ask you this. I need your opinion.
Okay.
We did a poll.
Don't get me in trouble. I'm
No,
married.
this is real. It's a poll. It's a poll. It's a poll.
I don't have no kids though. So
no, but it's a poll. It's a poll.
Yeah.
Listen, how many people you think fuck with their baby mama? The percentage.
Oh, there's always an issue with your baby mama. If you're not with her, then you have a kid.
But the percentage of people that have kids that are not married, what do you think the percentage of people that fuck with their baby mama and don't fuck with your baby? What do you think? Do you think it's 50,
have a good
50,
relationship?
40?
What level of fucking with
Okay.
that? Like,
They don't have to study, but don't. That bitch. You hear him say bitch. And
I think it's rare. I think the minority is to have a really good relationship with your baby mama.
There you go.
Like the significant, I'd say maybe 70-30 maybe.
This is
60,
like the
40.
ninth time I've heard 70-30.
Yeah.
This is like the ninth time. The ninth person that I asked this question to, and they said 70% don't fuck with their baby mama.
Yeah.
So that's how you get flexing on my baby mama, because it's for the people.
So you felt like it was a sentiment that reflected the people that it was like never everybody really touched the topic that way.
No one touched. It's to give somebody. It's an energetic song. It's aggressive, produced by DJ Paul, and there's nothing. It's nothing to mine or nothing
Paul
like
did
that. Yeah, Paul did that. So it's just, and a lot of people that listen to my music that are not kids have fucking babies and shit and baby mamas, and probably made mistakes getting however they got them. You know what I mean? I can't say it was love. Maybe it was whatever it is. So this song is kind of for them. You know what I mean? It ain't really for me. This is kind of one that I did for them.
But you felt good in the studio when you got that out, though.
But mine gonna go online and make me pay for it. So he called me. I'm in line. He said, "Boy, you better come out here and do this duffel bag, boy, before I do the whole song, before I do your whole verse, because I can't stop on the hook." Nigga shot at me. The whole thing that was so crazy, when I got up, the police telling me I need to go in the ambulance because I got bullet fragments in my head. That's how close it was. I think New York want to hear that song, you know what I'm saying? Me, Ross, and ASAP. I'm playing these shits. He making them faces like, boy, you know what I'm saying? And he from them 2 up, 2 down. He from that VA. He know about that D-boy language. Like, don't let that boy fool you with that happy. You know what I mean? He know about that kitchen. I'm putting out Freebase for free. If I can't find 2 songs out of 6 or 3 to perform to give me some money, then I fucked up.
The ATL, 2 Chainz. After many years of hard work, Chainz is now giving back to his hardcore devoted fans with a free EP called Freebase. I'm gonna talk to Chainz about the project, his musical journey, and how he plans to be impactful in 2014. Walk me, man, it's the truth. It's the truth, man. I'm at SOBs like I told you in the basement. I got the homie 2 Chainz. What's up, baby? How you doing, baby?
What's going on, killer?
Yo, this place has significance for me and you, man. This is where we really first connected and I got to understand the campaign, you know?
Yeah.
It took me a minute. You put that work in. I was a little late to the dance, but talk about the significance. Like, I don't know if you remember that show. Like, I just felt like New York was excited. There was this big buzz about you, like that 2 Chainz is in the city. What were your thoughts going into it?
I remember Elliott Wilson kind of coming to the room to do that kind of pre-fight check-in with you know what I mean, just to see where I was at mentally, you know what I mean? And, you know, with me coming into the game before me getting my deal February 2012, I already had more than 300 shows under my belt.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons I was able to construct the deal I was able to construct with Def Jam.
Yeah.
Which is probably like a football contract or some shit. But at the end of the day, it was my first show here in New York, you know what I'm saying? And then for me, recognizing the significance of hip hop, the significance of, you know, New York being the media capital, and me always wanting to get the attention and the respect from New Yorkers, period, from each borough, from the radio station. So at this particular time, me having a show in New York was just like, you know, it was, you know, when I said,
the headliner.
Yeah, when I said it was just another show, it was just another show in the fact that I had already done 300 or 400, so I didn't have butterflies. I wasn't nervous, and I never am when I'm on stage. That's when I'm actually most comfortable. But it was significant in the fact that, you know, it was sold out. I remember looking at the crowd and just seeing, you know, predominantly guys, you know what I'm saying? And that wasn't to knock the campaign. I remember Elliott Wilson kind of coming to the room to do that kind of pre-fight check-in. By no kind of way do I have beef with Funkmaster Flex. It was a reaction, it was a reply. What else am I supposed to do? What I'm trying to get them to understand is when I'm on stage, I don't even see no color. I don't see no color when I'm on there. It's just like we all rocking to this music.
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. I'm back in New York City, man, finally. In front of SOBs, man. This place has significance because this is where I first connected with this artist and his musical campaign. I'm talking about the stylish MC from